Hi everybody, in this video we will talk about how to break words down into their consonant-vowel pairs or CV pairs so that we can cue them. Now in a previous video we talked about how consonant sounds are hand shapes and vowel sounds are placements. They always go together and they always go together in this order. You'll always have a hand shape at a placement. Okay. So there are three options for consonant-vowel pairs. The first is your standard option where you have both a consonant and a vowel. This makes life easy. For the consonant, you merely find what hand shape goes with it. And for the vowel, you find the placement that goes with it. And you put them together. So you have a hand shape at a placement. Your second option is the consonant alone. I have this nice squiggly not symbol. It simply means that the sound does not exist there. So the consonant does not have a vowel following it. It is a consonant alone. But when you're cueing a consonant alone, so I'm not going to have a vowel, when you're cueing a consonant alone as a CV pair, you have the hand shape, but you still got to put it somewhere. Where does it go? It goes to the side position. So consonant with no vowel still has a hand shape and it's cued at the side. And finally, you have the vowel alone option. So there's no consonant preceding the vowel, like the word starts with a vowel. You have that vowel there, and in a consonant vowel format, if you don't have a consonant, what hand shape do you use to cue a vowel alone? A hand shape 5. That's right. So a vowel alone will be cued with a hand shape 5, and a consonant alone will be cued at the side position, and a consonant vowel will be cued wherever is needed. Okay, very good. I know that it is a lot more simple than what I just explained here, and the best way to cue it is to do it. So we are going to practice some words so you can see it in action. I do have a handy dandy worksheet that I can send you a copy, just ask. And on it I have these nice rows of blue and red squares. Each pair of squares here is a consonant vowel pair, so that you can break words up and actually write it down in their individual consonant vowel pairs. And then it'll be so much easier to figure out how to cue that word. Okay, I'm going to erase this. Now our first example word on my worksheet is poppy. Let me get my 3 colored markers here. So we're going to write the word poppy out. Now in English, we write P-O-P-P-Y, okay? We're going to write this word out again, but phonetically, meaning how we hear it. So this would be pa, P-A-H, and then P, which is P-E-E. Once we've written the word out as we hear it, we're going to identify the consonants and the vowels. So I'm going to get my red and my blue markers, but in your worksheet, you would just be writing those sounds out in their appropriate color-coded boxes. So starting with blue, the word starts with a consonant sound. So I'm going to underline that in blue. You write that in your blue box. Okay, and is it followed by a vowel sound? Yes, it is. It is followed by the ah sound. So I'm going to take my red marker and underline that. So that is my first CV pair, pa. Now, when I'm writing that out in cue notation so that I can figure out how to cue it later, I'm going to take the p sound, figure out what hand shape that is. That would be hand shape 1, so I'm going to write a 1 there. And the ah sound is side forward. So I'm going to write an SF for side forward. There you go. We just figured out how to cue the first CV pair. And it would look like this. Pa. Pa. Okay, the next CV pair, we have our blue marker again. And we're going to underline this P. It's also a P. And does it have a vowel sound after it? Yes, it does. So we are going to underline that in red. The E sound. Okay. Switch out my markers. The P, the P sound is once again a hand shape 1. But the E sound, the E vowel is at the mouth position. So it looks like P, P. Hand shape 1 at the mouth. All right. There you have it. I've just broken down a word into its phonic consonant vowel pairs and then its cue notation consonant vowel pairs. So poppy would be cued hand shape 1, side forward, hand shape 1, mouth. Pa, P. Poppy, poppy. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so that word had 2 CV pairs and they were both standard, meaning they included both a consonant and a vowel. Now my next word is quick. So let me put that up there. I chose this word because it's a little tricky. People like to think, oh, how do you cue the Q sound? Because it's a qua. Well, break it down and listen. So the word quick, Q-U-I-C-K. Do not be fooled by spelling, okay? The English can't spell. So the first sound you hear is k, k, the K sound. So phonetically, I would write a K. K, k. Now, is that followed by a vowel? K, wi, k, wi. No, it is not. So I'm going to put the not sign there. Okay. What is the next sound you hear? K, wi, k, wi. I hear W. And that is followed by an I, a short I sound. K, wi, k. Followed by another K, but no vowel. So I'm going to put the not sign there. So I have k, wi, k, k, wi, k. Okay, let's get the red and the blue and identify our consonants and vowels. K is a consonant, so we're going to underline that in blue. It's got to be followed by the red. There's nothing in that red, but you underline the nothing. So K would have one CV pair all by itself. Going back to blue, we have a W, W. That is a consonant. And obviously the short I sound is a vowel. And then you have the K by itself again, same deal. The K is a consonant and the nothing still gets put in the vowel placement category. So we have 3 CV pairs in the word quick. Pretty crazy, right? Now imagine your tongue is doing a whole bunch of stuff when it says the word quick. So it might look like there's a lot going on there, but you know, your mouth can handle all of that, and so can your fingers. Okay, so what hand shape makes the K sound? Hand shape 2. We're going to write a 2 there. And we're also going to write a 2 there because it's the same thing. And what placement do we use when there is no vowel? a consonant alone. A side position. So we are going to put an S for side, both here and here. Okay, now we have a standard CV pair in the middle. Yay, easy. So what hand shape is the W sound? It's hand shape 6. And what placement is the short I sound, the I? It's at the throat. So I'm going to write a T for throat. And there you go. We have broken down the word quick into its 3 consonant vowel pairs, and cued, it looks like this. 2 at the side, 6 at the throat, and 2 at the side. Okay, with me. K, wit, k, k, wit, k, quit, k, quit, k, quit, k. Very good. Okay, onwards and forwards. See, it's not that hard. You just have to slow down and listen intently, and you got this. Now the next example I have for you is a word that starts with a vowel. So it will be a vowel alone CV pair. And the word is energy. So I'm going to first write it in English. Energy. Quite a fun word. Now we're going to write out what we hear in phonics. Okay, I hear an E. So EH. Then I hear a ner. So N-E-R. Ner. And finally a G. I'm going to write that as a J. Okay? So J-E-E. E-ner-G. Now I'm going to identify my consonants and vowels. Okay. There is no consonant sound at the beginning of the word. So I'm going to imply a little knot and underline that. And then I'm going to underline the E as my vowel. So the first CV pair is a vowel alone. Now the next 2 CV pairs are standard CV pairs. They have both a consonant and a vowel. The N sound and the J sound. And then for my vowels, I have the the vowel R, the and the E. So I have E, as my vowels. Okay. Now let's figure out how to cue this word. So what hand shape do we use when we have a vowel alone? Hand shape 5. So we're going to stick a 5 there. And what placement do we use for the short E, sound? It's at the chin. So I'm going to write a C for chin. Good. For ner, what hand shape do we use for the N sound? Hand shape 4. So I'm going to write my 4. And where do we put that for the sound? At the mouth. Now finally, what hand shape do we use for the J sound? Hand shape 7. And where do we put it for the E sound? At the mouth. Again, at the mouth. Remember, the mouth is E and E, E, I gave you an easy one. You're welcome. Okay, so putting it all together, how would we cue energy? So hand shape 5 at the chin, Hand shape 4 at the mouth, ner. And hand shape 7 at the mouth, G. Ner, G. Energy. 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 Very good. You cued a very long word. We're getting progressively longer, and you've now cued a consonant alone and a vowel alone. So I'm going to give you a harder word now. So my next example is going to be a small word, but it is going to contain a diphthong. The word is joy. J-O-Y. Okay, but don't let spelling deceive you. Remember, a diphthong is a double vowel. It has 2 vowel placements in one swoopy movement. Okay, so to cue the word joy, you have to remember that all diphthongs end in a 5 at the throat. So I'm going to write that down now. And we will get there when we get there. 5 at the throat. Okay, so joy. What hand shape do we use to cue the j sound? We've seen this before. It's a hand shape 7. So I'm going to write my 7 here. Okay, and then what placement or diphthong movement do we use for the oi sound? It's chin throat. Okay, so we're going to start, wrong one, red marker. We're going to start with 7 at the chin, and we're going to end at 5 at the throat. So 7C, 5T, 7C, 5T, and it looks like this. 7C, drop it to the throat and open to 5. Joy, joy. It's as simple as that. All diphthongs start somewhere, but then open to 5 at the throat. So joy always ends at 5 at the throat, and all of the diphthongs will do that too. Okay, did that make sense? If not, if you need further explanation, let me know, and I will be happy to make another video and hopefully explain that more clearer or answer any questions. But moving right along, my next word is going to combine all of that. Okay, our final word together is the word island, because I'm playing Animal Crossing right now. So island. I chose a nice scary word here with lots of strange spelling just to throw you off, okay? Don't let it fool you. The first sound you hear is I. So I'm going to write with my blue marker. And I is a vowel sound, right? So I'm going to write I with my red marker. I. Okay, the next sound I hear is a L sound. Now, I don't know about you, but when I say island, I say island, not island. Nobody says island. They say island. So I'm going to put an I there. I. Okay, let's try that again. L, I, li, I, li. The next sound I hear is an N, and it does not have a vowel after it. So it is an N alone. I'm going to put a not sign. And then I hear a D alone. So I'm going to put a duh and a not sign. There. The word island has 4 CV pairs. Let me put a little not sign here. So we have the 4 CV pairs being I, li, n by itself, and d by itself. Okay, we've broken down this word. Now we can figure out how to cue it. So I, since it's a vowel alone, what hand shape do we use? A hand shape 5. And it's an I diphthong. So what placement do we use? Side throat. So we would be writing that as a side 5T. That's how we write diphthongs. Something dash 5T. Okay, so I. Now how about li? What hand shape do we use? A 6. And I. Where is the I sound? At the throat. The N sound is hand shape 4. And it's by itself, no vowel. Where do you put it? You park it to the side. And D. D is hand shape 5. Oh, 1. Hand shape 1. D is hand shape 1. And you also park it to the side. Island. I, li, n, d. 4 CV pairs. Are you ready? So for I, you have hand shape 5, start at the side, and swoop it to 5 at the throat. You didn't change the hand shape. You just I. Li is 6 at the throat. Li. N, d. They're both at the side. So once you're over there, don't move them. You have 4 and 1 at the side. 4, 1. N, d. Let's put it all together. I, li, n, d. Again. I, li, n, d. A little bit faster. Island. And there you go. You have cued all of the different ways we can break down words into the various CV pairs. Good job, guys. Good luck and have fun with the worksheet and breaking words up and figuring out how to cue them. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you.